Morning, it's Patsy. I thought I'd pop on today and do my favourites of 2018, but I'm doing it a bit different because I've got quite a lot of, because I bought mainly most of my decks in 2018, there's quite a lot of the decks that I like, so I can't show all of them. So I've chose three decks that I work with constantly, so they have to be the top of my list, so I'm going to show those, and then a couple of more that I'm not sure of, but I'm going to work more with and see how I get on with. And then a couple of fails really from 2018 that I thought that I'd love. So this is going to be my sort of tarot hit and miss of 2018, that kind of thing. But my favourites, or some of my favourites, will be included. So the first one that I want to talk to you about, of course, is these won't surprise anyone, not really, because I do use them a lot. Lovely bag that Mad Witch made is my stretch tarot. I've shown these before, so I'm not going to show you them all again. But this is one of my favourite decks. This is one that I reach out for quite a lot. And because of the past lives, as I've said in the past, and spirit readings is something that I'm really interested in doing more of, these cards are actually really good for that sort of work. So this has to be one of my favourites of 2018 that I bought, and one that I reach for all of the time. It's relatively new really. I only bought this a couple of months ago, I'd say. But I love working with this. It's got such a lovely feel and the cardstock's lovely. So that'll be my first choice. The Stretch Tarot. Like I said, that probably wouldn't be a surprise to anybody who watches me, because I do bring that out quite a bit. Something that'll get a lot of use in 2019. The other one, again, this won't be no surprise to people because they've heard me rave about this as well. I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did, but I absolutely love it. And it's the Tower of the Hidden Realms. This year I've been really drawn to Fae energy, and I'd seen this deck for a long time, but I didn't think I'd be able to connect with it because it's all mainly just people, you know, the Fae. It's nothing else going on really in a lot of them except the Fae images. There's a bit of a glare there. But because I was so drawn to Fae energy and I kept going back to this deck, I thought I'm going to get it. And it's one of my absolute favourites. I pull this for myself all the time. I have done a couple of readings for other people with it and they like it too. But it's for myself, this is just one that I just automatically go for. And this sits on my altar along with my Stretch Tarot all the time. I never take it off. I absolutely adore this deck. Oh, I mean, the cardstock's okay, it's not brilliant, it's a bit thin, it's a Llewellyn, but I don't care, I love it. I absolutely love it. So that is one that I shall carry on working with into 2019. So that is my second choice of one of my favourites that I loved working with, what I found in 2008. And I know all these decks that I'm showing are probably not even from 2018, they're probably from years previous, but up until this year I did never really buy that many. I bought lots of oracles, but tarot I tended to stick with the 2 or 3 that I had for the last few years. I never really knew there was that much choice out there, not really, till I joined YouTube and saw all these different ones what people were showing and what have you, and then I just went on a spending spree. So there's my third one, which surprised me because again I wasn't sure, and I ordered it because it's Fae, even though it's not Fae energy, it looks like Fae energy to me, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and I bought it and I absolutely love it. And this is another one that sits on my altar and I get it all the time. Oh, there's a glare again. And this is The Joy de Vivre by Paulina Cassidy. I haven't even bothered to edge it because I don't want the cards even smaller. That's the trouble when you edge and they make them really tiny, and I don't always want mine tiny. But this is a deck that I wasn't expecting really to pay that much attention to. I just sort of bought it to go with the collection because I'd got the Paulina Cassidy's Spirit Song and I loved the artwork in it, but I never really connected with it. So I thought I'll try these ones. If nothing else, I like the artwork. But this is one that I pull out all the time. I do mainly my daily cards with this one. Most days I'll pull these. Even if I use another deck, I'll still pull these and pull them because I always find them so accurate for me. So even if, like I say, I use others, I'll still do a daily draw with these ones. And I may even use these to do my year ahead because I haven't done my year ahead. I was hoping to do that today, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get time. But if this is probably the deck that I'm going to use because I trust it. I trust what the message is because it's been so accurate for me on a daily basis that I know this is one that I can trust. So that's the Joie de Vivre. So that is like one that stays on my altar with the other two, and one that I pull all the time. So that had to be in my list today as well. And like I said, there's so many decks that I've got that I love. The Everyday Witch, I love the Green Witch, I love the Enchanted Tarot, and all. I love all of these, but those three are the ones that I reach for constantly, and I love the Chicoli as well, but that doesn't stay on my altar now. I've moved that into with the other decks, so that's not one I pull so often, even though I do love it. But they're the three that I trust and I've had some really great accurate readings with them, so they're the ones that I tend to pull all the time. Now the other ones that I'm going to show now is ones that I thought I'd love, but at the minute I'm not connected with. Now I'm not going to give up on this because I've only just bought it, the Mystic Fairy Tarot. Now I've got the borderless edition, get a lovely book with it. I've got the borderless edition, and I thought because I loved, you know, the Fae energy, I thought I'd be really, you know, reaching for these all the time, but I don't. I think I've done an interview with the deck with them and that's it, and then they've gone back in the box and they stayed in the box, and I don't know why, because they're beautiful cards. They are beautiful cards, but I don't know, they're just in the box and I never drag them out, and I thought I'd love these and use these all the time, but so far no. But I'm not going to, excuse me, I'm not going to give up on these because I've wanted them for a long time, and when I never bought them because of the borders, and now they've got no borders. It was, you know, I went ahead and bought them, so I don't understand why I'm not using them. But this is one of the decks that I'm going to be working with at the start of 2019 to see if I can connect with them, and if I can't after using them for a couple of months, then I will pass these on, because they are such a gorgeous deck to just stay in a box. They need to be used and loved. But I'm going to work with them. I'm going to go and spend a couple of months on these ones just to see if I can connect to them. So I'm dropping them all over. I'm going to see if I can connect to them, because they are lovely and they are right up my street. I just don't understand why I'm not connecting with them, because it's not that I know they're busy, you know, they are busy images, but so are the Joie de Vivre. They're very busy, but I love those, so I don't know. They're one that I'm going to work with for a couple of months and read that book right through and just see where it takes me. If not, there'll be one that I pass on, but I hope that I can connect with them because they're gorgeous. Another one that I bought and thought the same, and again I think the problem with this is I haven't worked with them. I did for a short time, but only a couple of days, and then I think I got a new one and then I sort of put them aside. The Tower of the She. Now again, it's a Fae deck, and it's And I think one of the problems with this is it's quite a chunky deck, and my hands aren't very big, so they're more like an oracle size. Can you see that? And they're not very easy for me to handle, and I think that's probably part of the reason that I haven't used these very much. But this is a deck that I love, and I want to work more with. So this is another one of the decks that I should be spending time in 2019 getting to know, because I know that a couple of the readings I did with them when I first got them, they was very accurate, and they brought something new to the table really in some ways, and I thought, oh yeah, I like these, put them in the box, and I haven't really done much more with them. So this is one that I'm going to be it's not a miss, it's definitely a hit. I just need to spend time getting to know them a bit better. So that's the Tower of the Sidhe. And like I say, that is just one I think that I need to spend more time with. And I think something what puts me off is the size of them, because they are quite large in my hand compared show you, oh, put those back in the box. Don't want to go in the box. Oh, there we go. It's the size difference. See, this is my Joie de Vivre, and this is the Tower of the Sidhe, and you can see. And I find this size are perfect for my hands to shuffle and everything, and even to shuffle these are really difficult. They're more like, say, a oracle size, and when you're doing, like, if you want to do a big spread, then it would make it quite hard with these big ones. Do you know what I mean? So I suppose, you know, I could trim, but then you'd lose some off the back, and I don't really want to have to trim them, because you've got the, you know, unless I just took them down the sides, but I think that will go into the image on the back. So I shall persevere with those, because I do love them. I just wish they was a smaller size, and I think I would have used them a lot more than what I have. So that's the two decks that I really want to work with starting in January. Now another one that I bought that I thought I'd love is, I didn't spend all that money on the other tarot, Wonderland, Alice Wonderland, but I bought Tarot Wonderland by Barbara Moore, and I thought I'd love this. Oh, you get this huge book, and there's the bags, but I've never used this. I've been through it and had a look at it, and it's cute and it's nice, and it's definitely Alice in Wonderland, but it's not one that I connected with. It was just like, made me smile, and it sort of reminded me of the story and all the rest of it. But for some reason, and I have got the Oracle by Lucy Cavendish, Alice Wonderland or something like that, and the plan was to use them together, but I need to connect to the tarot first. I like the Oracle better than I do the tarot, actually, but I'm not ready to give up on it yet. I might take this down to the caravan with me in the spring and see how we get on. And again, if there's no connection there, then I'll move them on, because there's no point staying on my shelf taking up all that room when I'm not using it, and I like to move them on to be used rather than just sit there. But again, that might just be one that I just need to get to know more and spend some time with. So I'll probably try that out in the springtime when I've worked with the two fairy decks that I've got, and see how we go. So that's another one. Now these two I bought thinking I'd love. I'll just have a drop of my tea. I'm thirsty this morning. My witch's brew. The first one is the New Era Elements Tarot. I absolutely love the majors, and that's my problem. I love the majors, but I'm not sure about some of the minors. And I love the artwork, the lovely size as well, and I love the artwork and the images of the pages. I mean, look at that, that is gorgeous. The artwork on these are stunning. Temperance, I think that's such a beautiful temperance card. But then we get images like the devil, that for myself, if I was reading, that's fine, but I'm not sure if I was reading for anybody they would be impressed with that sort of image. And I know people say, you know, that's real life, that is, and yes it is, but not always need it quite so in their face, and some people I think would find that quite upsetting. The aces are good, they're just the elemental, the six of as well, you know, I mean some of them are really nice, you know, some of them are really nice, but then others I don't know. I love the High Priestess. Like I said, I think every single major just about except the devil I like, but then there's others that I don't want to be. I don't know, it's a strange deck. It's a strange deck. It's a lovely deck, and some of the images are beautiful and some of the cards work really well, and then others others are not so great. The Hanged Man. And I love the fact that I mean, there's another one of the quartz, and I love the fact that the Dalai Lama is the Hierophant. It's another one of the quartz, because I don't think you could choose a better Hierophant if you tried. But I don't know, there's just some of this deck I absolutely adore, and then some of them I just don't like at all, so I don't use them, which is a shame, because they are a gorgeous, I mean, I love this Empress. I absolutely love that Empress. Just trying to see if I can find, there's another of the quartz. See, I don't quite understand that for the Three of Cups. That is not, to me, the Three of Cups. And the Hermit is lovely. I love the Hermit. There we are. And the Hierophant. Again, I love that one. So that's just one of those decks that some cards, especially within the majors, I absolutely love, and then some I just, no, they don't do anything for me, and I wouldn't use these to read for other people, which is a shame. So it doesn't get used. It's the New Era Element Tarot, and it's a shame, but that's just my thoughts on it. I know some people absolutely love it, and love it because it shows some hard-hitting images. I don't want to be seeing hard-hitting images when I'm reading the tarot, to be fair. The messages are enough. I don't need the images to go with it. So, but that's my personal choice. Now, the other one that I bought, thought I'd like, is the Crystal Vision Tarot. Got it, didn't like it, so I thought, oh, it could be that it needs edging because it's got this white border, so I edged it, trimmed them all up, cut the borders off, and it's made them quite a compact little, and it has made the images pop. without that white border, but I'm still not sure, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe this is a deck that I need to spend a bit more time with. I don't know. It could be because I haven't used it that much. Maybe I just need to give this a bit more space and a bit more time. But so far this one's a bit of a miss for me. But like I said, that could change. I could change my mind over this one. I don't know. But at the minute it's not one that, oh, I'm dropping on the floor, one that I reach for. I mean, it's them just like that. They just, I don't know, just don't do nothing for me. The High Priestess, that she just likes, I don't know, a bit cartoony, a bit solid, a bit, I don't know. Oh, that's the back too. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. But I don't know, like I said, it could be that I just need to work with it more. But at the minute it's not really doing anything for me, and it's a bit of a miss. But then I didn't pay an awful lot of money for them, so it doesn't really matter. They may be one that I'll take with me down the caravan when I have more time to sort of sit with things and work with it through the spring alongside the Tarot Wonderland. They may be the two decks that I take down there for a couple of months. But at the minute, no, it's a bit of a fail, that one, even though I did think I'd like it. And I thought only when I saw it that I'd need to trim it because it needed trimming, and I thought once it was trimmed I'd love it, but I don't, not really. But like I said, that may change. So that's my kind of hit and misses from 2018. Like I said, some won't surprise you because they're ones that I talk about often. The Tarot of the She and the Mystic Fairy Tarot are two that I'm going to work with from January to try and connect with better and see if I can work with those. If not, I'll pass those on, but I'm really hoping, especially the Tarot of the She, because that is something really nice. It's just the size of those. And then the Tarot of Wonderland and the Crystal Visions I will try in the spring. But the New Era to Elements Tarot, they may be one that I need to move on, even though I do love the artwork in some of the images. It's just that the others put me off. So that's my hit and misses of 2018. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.